I
like how Sam asked me and then Danny just goes into it.
I mean, well, people have to know why I picked it. You know.
I thought that's what you were already doing.
Well, okay. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Shut your mouth when you're talking, Danny.
I'll shut my mouth.
When you're talking.
I'll eat some taffy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Anime Summit Podcast. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. And I'm your host, Sam the Bum. And with me, I have two of my favorite bitch takus, Nick and Danny.
We're going to record a podcast.
But we don't have any notes.
That's okay. We'll improvise.
Improvise.
We're talking about Baccano, so we tried to copy Isaac and Miria. Just please clap. Please clap.
I.e. the best characters in that show. Listen. Yeah. Definitely. 100%. Listen, Nick and Danny did a show swap. And we haven't done one in a while, so it was pretty fun. And Danny finally got to do one.
Finally.
So she traded Princess Jellyfish to Nick, and in turn, he traded Baccano to her, which is great because I've never seen Baccano, so I got to watch it too, and I got to finish Princess Jellyfish, which I had started a while ago.
And we didn't even know at the time. This was totally random, but they have the same studio and the same director.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
Figured that out literally an hour ago. We were like on Discord, and
we
we were like, wait, what?
Brains, base,
as we were
and
getting
the guy.
ready. As we were getting ready to like get all the notes and stuff together. Yeah, Takahiro Omori and Brain Base. There you go. Say it now so we don't have to say it later. Princess Jellyfish and Baccano. Two really awesome shows. We're going to get into it as soon as Nick Too Slick gets into the news. News anchor Nick.
All right. So the first big piece of news is the voice actor for a bunch of currently airing shows. His name is Yuichiro Umehara. He was hospitalized due to an autoimmune disease, and it looks like he's going to be out for a little while. Hopefully not too long, but it's a serious condition. So
yeah, no, there are people who have passed away from it. It's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit. But right now he's doing voices for. He's doing voices for Goro and Darling in the Franxx, and also he did a voice for Tada Never Falls in Love. And so it's he's on an indefinite hiatus, so those characters are either going to need to be recast or written out of the story, which is crazy. So Darling in the Franxx, I could see that happening. That's they're all going to die in that show. So that's not...
yeah. Things like...
Oh, shit. He's doing Siegfried Kircheis in Legend of the Galactic Heroes too. That's a big role. So, holy
things
shit.
like
They can't write him
and,
out because it's not original.
And diabetes and IBS, those are autoimmune things. But yeah, it's scary if he's in the hospital.
I'm kind of joking about his characters, but obviously it's more important that he recovers. So,
right,
so they're probably going to have to recast his role in the Legend of the Galactic Heroes because of that. So
I'm sure Legend of the Galactic Heroes is already mostly written in pretty much almost.
No, they have all the story, but
yeah.
the thing about voice actors is they don't have that much lead time to voice for a lot of shows. As far as I know, I'm not really in the industry, but it's not it's not like they have all the keyframes a year in advance or anything,
right?
Because they got to match it with the lip flaps and all that. So yeah. Anyway,
he's kind of a young guy too. This sucks. But Umehara-san, this one's for you. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, recover quick so you can entertain us, please.
Yeah. God, what a dick. Just getting sick, all stupid. What else you got, Nick?
So the second piece of news is the Flying Colors Foundation again was kind of called out by the person who exposed the Flying Colors Foundation is calling out Otaku Coin for exploiting anime fans in a cryptocurrency scheme, and there's a whole Twitter thread about it where the guy goes into great detail, and he's saying let's see. So like 39% of the coins are going for operational costs, 61% for funding project and distributed, according to their concept. But only 5% of that 61 will go to the programs. And then it's like, it's one of those, schemes where it's like, oh, here's our charity, but only 5% actually goes to the charity. It's like, it's the dumbest shit. And then, of course, it's connected to cryptocurrency. And, there's a lot of really shady stuff going on there. There's a lot of great stuff too, but it's got to all get worked out. So
the person whose Twitter it is Social Anna Girl, and she is a transgender YouTuber.
Yeah, Rodeo Mononofu is her other name.
Yeah, so like link in the show notes because we talked about this. We talked about the Flying Colors.
Yeah, and a bunch of big
foundation.
YouTubers were like kind of behind it at first. I can't really speak for them, but I know like the Anime Man was kind of one of the big proponents of it. So like I don't know how deep he goes on all this. I don't want to like say anything that would,
right,
that would put him in a bad light. But people are kind of pointing that way and saying, oh, he's, he was at it from an early point and all that. So I'm sure he's got a reason and all that, but still. So
I think later though he pulled out of it because he was like,
Well, yeah, I heard
be...
what I've read though is that he had some videos defending it, and then he just kind of like totally stopped talking about it and went silent or something.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. People learn new things and they're like, oh shit, this is.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Some potentially questionable behavior from there. But again, I don't know every detail, so it's just people on the internet throwing shade, possibly. So I'll assume the best. Maybe it was a mistake.
Sure.
So yeah, more flying colors and cryptocurrency shenanigans. And then the last big piece of news is the voice actress for Goku in Dragon Ball is awarded the Lifetime Honor Award in Japan. And Masako Nozawa is the voice actress. She also contributed to many like children's programs and whatnot in Japan. Yeah. So it's
she has the voice
Sound
for
Growth
it,
of Children
so.
and Child Welfare Foundation. And yeah, she did a lot of good stuff for that. Voiced Goku, did a lot of other stuff too. Love Hina, One Piece.
How far are they in
stuff.
the dub for Dragon Ball Super? No, totally random. Sorry, but
Let's see. The
I was
first
just thinking
52 episodes are available on Funimation at the moment.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking of Goku's voice actors, and I was like, I wonder how far this is. But yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
as
what's
much
up.
as I dislike the Japanese sub for
The
Dragon
sub,
Ball,
yeah.
it's still important. So that's just my opinion. People can do whatever they want. It's
Right.
just like important to anime and everything. So yeah.
Oh, it's at the end of the Future Trunk saga already. Okay.
Yeah. So those are the big pieces of news. Hopefully the voice actor guy recovers. I'm so bad with names, but yeah, that's like the big one. That's all we got.
Nice. Link in the show notes, and you know where else those show notes will be? The show notes will be in the YouTube description. You know why? Because we put our episodes on YouTube, youtube.com/Anime Summit. Go there and sub right now, or I'll come to your house, steal your cat or dog or whatever animal you have, because I love all animals, and you don't deserve to have them if you're not going to sub. Also, subscribe to Anime Summit Extra, youtube.com/Anime Summit Extra, because I put videos up there of me playing fighting games and getting bodied by everyone online, and then Nick's going to post videos of him playing
Playing the
Himself.
skin flute. That's what I
playing
specialize.
the skin flute.
Every time in my
And-
Facebook group chat, I always make a poll, and the skin flute is always one of the options.
Just always. Also,
Like, where's the meat
you know,
today? The skin flute.
also when me and Danny get a hold of some decent vlogging kind of cameras, we're gonna put vlogs up there
Hell yeah.
and do anime stuff. Me and her have been talking about it and throwing ideas back and forth. So there you go, Anime Summit Extra, and follow us on Twitter at Anime Summit. Also, real quick. Oh, also to join our Discord and talk to us on Discord. That link is in the YouTube description and on the Twitter bio. Link in the bio.
Join our Discord
also-
so that I can accidentally ban you.
Yeah, do that.
You would
Also,
know if
really
you were on our
quick.
Discord.
really quick. A couple of months ago, like before I don't know, probably 3 months ago, I shouted out a podcast called I Hate Your Love Podcast because I guested on it. My audio got ruined, so it corrupted, so I had to go and re-record my episode. They finally have launched their first 3 episodes, and their latest episode is actually with Raven Brinson from KDWB, which is fucking awesome. And my episode, I think, is coming out soon, and you can hear my love story with Trisha, and they grill me about it and stuff like that, and it's fucking funny. So you should go listen to I Hate Your Love Podcast. They're on YouTube and they're on the RSS. There you go. Love you, Mary. Love you, Haley. There's your shout out. Pay me money. Okay. Let's get into the show swap. Danny's first show swap.
Well,
Waifu and
what's a-
husbando, Sam.
Yeah,
Shit.
waifu and husbando.
That's what I meant. Waifu and But, okay, look. We chose a waifu and husbando for each show.
We did.
So this is what's up.
Guess which one is Baccano?
Literally guess.
Isaac and Miria. Woo!
2 best
There you
characters
go.
in the show.
Yeah, they
The
literally
comic relief.
they
Comic
st-
relief.
yeah they steal the show.
They did.
Which is
They
hard to do,
happen
'cause
to-
there's a lot of really cool characters in Baccano.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's funny because they just happen to be there. So it's like...
There's a lot of coincidences.
But they kind of bring everyone together in that sense, though, which is what's important about that show.
Yeah,
so it's kind
their
of fucking cool.
charisma, they rolled a critical on that
Yeah,
in
yeah,
D&D
100%. 100%. And then Tsukimi and Koronosuke from Princess Jellyfish.
The
Probably one of the
jellyfish,
coolest shoujo shows
jellyfish
I've ever seen.
otaku and illegitimate
Did you say Otako?
otaku.
Oh, okay. It's like Otako.
I want some tacos. Give me some now.
Danny is hungry.
I had tacos yesterday, and they were bomb.
Anyway, yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, so Princess Jellyfish and Baccano, those are the shows that...
It's pronounced Baccano-san. We got to say it right.
No, you gotta say it as
Baccano.
Baccano because of the exclamation point at the end.
Yeah, you just have to yell.
Baccano!
At the end. It's Italian for the word ruckus, I guess. But yeah.
That makes sense.
Right, yeah, right. Because I read that today and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah. So anyway, first we're gonna talk about Princess Jellyfish, and we haven't done a show swap in a while, so this is fucking awesome. Danny's first show swap,
My
and she
first?
traded Nick Princess Jellyfish. So Danny, real quick, tell us what it's about. Let's get into it.
Oh, I thought I was doing it. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
No, I should do it because
We should do it Isaac and Miria style.
no,
Oh
don't
God,
do that.
no.
It'll take forever.
Seriously.
It's about otakus. Otakus. Just repeat everything I say. It'll work.
No. No. Real quick, it's about Tsukimi Kurashida. She lost her mom from they don't really say like what her mom died from and everything like that, but her mom used to take her to aquariums and admire all the jellyfish and all that kind of stuff. So slowly over time, Tsukimi became obsessed with jellyfish, and she like draws them all the time. And she's an otaku, so she kind of has anxiety, and she can't really handle social gatherings, especially with the more extroverted and fashionable people. So and she's living in an apartment building called the Amamizukan with 5 other unemployed otaku women. And one night she just so happened to meet this woman who was a fashionable, very extroverted, confident stranger, and who was Kuranosuke. And they saved this jellyfish who was at a pet store. So, and then basically Tsukimi finds out that Kuranosuke is not a woman, and Kuranosuke is a crossdresser. And at Amamizukan, there are no men allowed. So she keeps this secret from the other 5 women. And Kuranosuke kind of gets inspiration and wants to, like, make a clothing line because he gets inspired by Tsukimi's drawings of jellyfish and everything, so he wants to make clothes with her. So, and pretty much it's just like their you know, I can't think of the word. God damn it. Fuck. Someone help me out.
I zoned out, Danny. I'm not gonna lie. No,
of course you did.
It's like not really a coming of age story, but it's like kind of a mini, not even really a romance.
It's more of like a slice of life rom-com.
Oh, it's a josei. There
Yeah,
we go.
it is a josei. Yeah, it's a josei.
It's intended for old ladies, like us. We're old ladies.
Like me, you know.
Granny Squad.
Yeah, no, the
Granny Squad.
Granny Squad. Yeah,
I like that.
Woohoo. Yeah, it was a manga, and it was both illustrated by Akiko Higashimaru.
Higa not gonna work here anymore anyway.
Yeah, the manga is great. I love it. I actually haven't finished it. It finished last year. So, and there is a live adaptation film which was premiered in 2014, and now there's a live action drama series for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And the dub is
yeah,
awesome.
this one works with live action.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely it could. It's on.
You do have to find like a really effeminate male though to play the
They did.
Kurenosuke.
Me and Danny were like looking for like all the stuff,
Yeah.
and we were talking about it, and I was like, "Wait, they did a live action thing," and she's like, "Oh yeah," and I showed her pictures of it, and she was like, "Oh my god, I have to watch this."
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it. I'm real like, oh, I want to watch this. I'll probably find it somewhere.
I'm just gonna watch it. Yeah, we'll find it after this. But yeah. So anyway, that's awesome. What did we think of the show, Nick? Actually.
Yeah,
because
I really like the reason why I picked this show is because like the comedy in it is so extreme, and like it's like so out there, and for me, I just personally love like the fashion statements that's in the show. And
Yeah, I liked when Kurenosuke gave him the makeovers. That was cool.
Yeah, and it's such like
I like how Sam asked me and then Danny just goes into it.
I mean, well, people have to know why I picked it, you know.
I thought that's what you were already doing.
Well, okay, anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Shut your mouth when you're talking, Danny.
I'll shut my mouth.
When you're talking.
I'll eat some taffy while you talk.
Saltwater taffy.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Nick, what'd you think of it though?
Yeah, the Princess Jellyfish. I liked it decently enough. I'm not really the target audience because I'm a manly man, all right? This is for old ladies. I'm an old man. No, for me it was just like a really straightforward type of show. It was just like these otaku girls trying to find a place, that they could stay and, fit in, make a tiny bit of money maybe. And they're just trying to save their little living area. And Tsukimi was in this semi-love triangle with Kurenosuke and his brother. And like,
yeah, that's
the thing about
funny.
it though is like it ends kind of abruptly. Like, you said the manga didn't even end until last year, so it's like they just kind of ended it after they at least temporarily saved their living area. So, so like it was kind of like you're kind of left hanging on the romance part.
Yeah.
At least I was.
That's why I was just all like, oh man. When I finished it, I was like, all right, great. This is awesome. I can't wait for the next season. And then when I looked up to see when the next season was coming out, there's nothing. And I was so upset. And
they're just like, fuck you, read the manga. That's what they did.
Yeah, seriously. And that's why, like, I think, these, like, Japan does this on purpose so that you can buy the manga and read the manga.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what anime is. It's a gateway to other products, basically.
I mean,
And
which,
probably used for money laundering is my guess.
Most
That's just
likely.
that's my blind accusation.
Money
Anime
laundering.
is used for money laundering. I'm just gonna accuse everything of that. Magic cards are, cryptocurrency is. Why not anime? You know. Anyway, so yeah, like I liked it. I gave it like a light 6 out of 10 for me. That's just me personally.
ugh.
Hashtag 6 out of 10 from Nick.
Why not 6 out of 10?
So one thing that I really did like, what was it? I liked Tsukimi and then the old Chieko. Can't pronounce it. Chico.
Chieko.
Yeah, she was like the plump short one.
Yeah,
And
she likes she
She's
wears
always wearing the kimono.
she wears kimonos. She's the manager of Amamizukan.
Yeah, and her mother owns the place.
Yeah.
I think. And so
Which
like
I find
basically-
fucking hilarious because her mom is like obsessed with Korean dramas and everything
Yeah.
like that. It's so funny.
what was it though? So like when Kurinosuke was giving all of them, he was getting them ready for quote unquote battle because like the
Oh yeah, their battle armor.
Waya, what's her name? I can't pronounce.
Oh,
Maya.
Maya, yeah.
The green suit Scooby Doo looking girl. She's obsessed with the Three Kingdoms. So like Kurinosuke has to like, he kind of talks to them in that way a little bit. So he's like basically gussying them up and doing a makeover for all of them. But then he goes to Chico and he's like, "You're already good."
Yeah, it's
She's
like,
just, "They're
Chieko, you're
kimono."
already fine. You don't need a makeover. And she's all
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I feel I should take that as a compliment or be insulted.
Yeah, and also she's like super fast at making their little jellyfish plushies that they sell.
Yes.
Because they're selling them to raise money for, and they're also doing a fashion show to raise money to save the place, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was like a pretty simple plot, and like there's the other thing going on was that his brother, Kurinosuke's brother, what's his name? He was like the senator's son, Shu.
Yes.
Koibuchi Shu. He was
Yep.
like, he was super in love with
Tsukimi. Yeah.
but he was like a 30-year-old virgin, so he's a
Yeah.
wizard already, and
And not only that, but like he only had a crush on Tsukimi when Tsukimi was all dolled up and dressed up and
yeah,
stuff.
it was like the was it
Cinderella. Yeah, the
type thing?
Cinderella. Yeah. Kind of like a Cinderella effect.
And what was it? And then he gets entrapped by the woman who's trying to take over the place with the property management, Shuko and Ari,
Yep.
and she like entraps him and blackmails him and all that. So then there's that going on, but then that never really like totally finishes. So it's like,
Yeah,
fuck.
you're kind of left hanging like throughout the show, like, oh, what happens with between that relationship and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
In the manga, I'm sure they get to it, but it's like,
oh
man.
yeah, they go all out in the manga. It's great.
So that's like I can't give this a really high score just because like they don't tie everything up, and there's like a bunch of hanging threads.
Yeah,
then,
I can get behind that. Like I can understand why.
My other small complaint is like there's like a few of the side characters, like, so I'm gonna list them as Gigi, Maya, and the Afro girl
Bamba.
Banba. So like those three characters, just like, I guess Maya has something going on to her because she's really out there, but then the other two like hardly do anything. They're like super one-dimensional, and they have they have their hair covering their eyes. I fucking hate that. Like, honestly, I think that looks terrible. Just let me see your eyeballs. They just don't want to animate them. It looks really bad, and I don't like that. But I did think it was funny though. Like they gave her glasses when they did the makeover, so you still never see their
For
eyes.
Maya, yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, it just had some funny moments and stuff, and it was a decent show. It's just like it didn't give me enough. It didn't give me like the catharsis for the ending, and the concept itself was not really targeted at me. So, but it was still fine. It's decent.
Decent enough.
It was decent.
It was these nuts.
Decent nuts. That's what I rate it out of 10.
What did you think of like the little like side part like side not like side columns, but like with Clara, like how Clara became like a character in the show. She kind of did like the side comments.
Oh, the jellyfish. That reminded me of Shirobako actually, with the little doll. I did like that actually. That was cool. That was one of the best parts in my opinion. I like when you have like it's not a supernatural show, but then they have these supernatural like imaginary things happening. That's always fun.
Yeah, I love this show. It's definitely it definitely it speaks to me, obviously, because I'm very fashionable, and that's what mainly I love about the show. And especially with the jellyfish Clara and the whole aspect of and today's today's category is for like never to ask the sisterhood,
Oh yeah, those are always funny. Yeah, don't ask them about their job.
Yeah. Don't ask them about work, or what do you do for a living? Don't ask if they're a
virgin.
Sam, what were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. I just was gonna say that I loved it. Like, I started it on Netflix a while ago and I never finished it. So this was my chance to finish watching it, and it's really easy watch.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's not too complicated. I want to say it's
the opposite of Baccano.
It is the opposite of Baccano.
Yeah, I was able to, because like you guys know that I play like Kingdom Hearts, the mobile game. I played on my iPad. I was able to like play that and watch it at the same time and still catch everything, because I watched it in sub, and I did watch some of the dub, but I watched it in sub, and I was still able to catch everything.
Right.
Yeah, I also preferred the sub slightly.
So Danny was like, I'm very fashionable. As someone who tries to be very fashionable, I enjoyed it. But I thought it was super cool. I don't know of any other shows that center around kind of like fashion design. I'm sure they're out there, but this one was the first one I've seen where it does, so I really like it. And I think the main character is just like super relatable, Sakimi, because she's obviously like super reserved, very shy. So she's not super like me at all, but like in terms of like how she gets anxious, that's relatable to me, because I'm more outgoing. But I mean, no, I loved it. I also thought the art style is super. Like, if you were to choose an art style for this kind of show, it fit very well.
It's very bubbly, and
it emulated the manga very
well. It's brains basey.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit. It's a little bit avant-garde too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there's some cool Sakuga moments when she was like panicking and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think this show gives out really good nosebleed scenes.
Oh yeah, with the older brother, Shu.
Yeah, well, Tsukimi too. It was in episode 4 when they went to the aquarium, and Tsukimi can't see without her glasses, so she's pretty much blind throughout the entire episode when they're at the aquarium. And when she goes to the bathroom and she freaking realizes that Shu was hugging her while she was crying because she saw that jellyfish that reminded her of her mom, and like she freaking freaked out, and like seriously, that scene is the best nosebleed scene ever. When she freaking realizes he hugged me, and then boom, nosebleed. Oh man.
The scene where she's running and she says every girl is born a princess, some just forget. Well, I was just like, aw.
Yeah, it's
damn.
so, yeah, and it's
damn, girl.
It's such a Cinderella moment, I swear.
It reminded me of a better version of that Happy Madison movie called The House Bunny, where that play mansion playmate goes to like that. Yeah, she goes to like that frat or that sorority, and all the girls in that sorority are kind of like nerdy and they're quirky in their own way.
Yeah.
And she gives them all makeovers and stuff. It kind of reminded me of that, but I obviously found this more enjoyable. But Anna Faris is obviously the queen, but like
Queen of comedy.
But yeah, like I love this show. This show is fucking great, and I'm glad I got to finish it.
I'm just really upset that there's no second season to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, if you go to our YouTube channel or our RSS feed, if you go to episode 1. Oh, actually, that's not numbered right, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is 137. If you go to 137, we did an episode called "Animes That Deserve Sequels, Reboots, Adaptations," or whatever. That was one of Danny's, and yeah. So there you go.
Yep. Because there's so, like, the manga has so much more material, you know? I'm gonna, like, it's not like a spoiler, but, like, Tsukimi eventually goes overseas, which I find really interesting. And that's where I kind of stopped reading it, because, you know, life got in the way, and I haven't been able to continue on reading it and stuff. So, but, and also I was reading it online, so I kind of lost the app that I was reading it on, and I don't remember what chapter I was on either, so I kind of have to start from square one again, which kind of sucks, but I don't mind I actually don't mind rereading it at all. So this is like the type of anime, not anime, manga that I want in as a part of my collection. So over time, I'm eventually just gonna buy it. I already have the first volume for it, so anyway. But yeah,
that's what's up.
Yep, I said my piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give that show 8 out of 10 for me.
I rated it an 8 out of 10 on Mel.
Shit.
I did. I
No, that's fine.
I really this is the type of show that I can watch, you know, all day, every day, and it's still funny to me. You know, I can only watch
one of these a year, I think.
I will never get tired of it.
I'm not the audience.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, this is the type of show that doesn't really capture your liking, Nick, but I'm just glad that I showed it, you know, I showed it to someone who doesn't really go for like this kind of raunchy, weird slice of life kind of thing. So
well, I think there's two reasons we do show swaps. That's one reason is, okay, well, this person, I know they're gonna fucking like this show and they need to watch it because they haven't seen it, or this person needs to watch this show because it's different than what they're used to watching.
Yeah.
So that's like two of the main reasons, like two of the only reasons we do it. So.
And one thing I realized a while ago is me and Danny have like the opposite tastes. Danny's like the super girly girl, and I'm super manly man. So
see, and I like
it's
super girly girl.
Sam
and
is
super
Catface
manly
Johnson.
Man. And I like actually I'm just Catface Johnson. Yeah.
Do that pinned message in our Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking Sasa is the best character in My Hero Academia because he's Catface.
Yeah, just some
anyway.
random side character. Just like whatever.
Yeah, he's a cop, but he's like a cat. Anyway.
So yeah, now getting on to the other Brains Base show that I traded to Danny.
This is what Nick traded it. Yeah.
Baccano.
Oh, yeah,
this
dude.
one is definitely more of a. Let's actually look really quick. So this is ranked 108 on Mel and 87 in popularity. Princess Jellyfish is 304 and popularity 624. So Baccano objectively better. We can agree that Mal scores are the truth. Is that right, guys?
Okay, but again, you also have to think.
Even Gallion is like 300 or something.
Listen, you have to put at it this way. Baccano and Princess Jellyfish are two different genres, so you can't.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
You can't really mesh them together.
The goal of these show swaps is never to really compare them.
Yeah. So
well, we did like a fight night one with Your Light in April and Clanad a long time ago.
That was funny. That was.
And
hilarious.
I was correct as usual, so I won. You know. Go back and listen.
We should do that again.
with different
We
shows.
should do like a fight night kind of thing, like
two
that.
comparable shows.
Smackdown.
Yeah.
Smackdown.
So yeah, Baccano. This is another Brains Base, same director, Takahiro Mori, It's 2007. I think Jellyfish is 2010. So 2007
Yeah.
Baccano, and then also a little bit in 2008. So yeah, this is a 13 episode TV series with 3 OVAs at the end that I didn't get a chance to finish those yet, but they're also flesh out the story a little bit. But the main story is in the 13. And so I gave this to Dannie because she wouldn't let me give her to Tommy Galaxy. Because I wanted to make you salty by having to read all that text. But actually, and also,
we'll do a full-on episode.
yeah,
for
that was
that.
fine.
How about
Well,
that?
instead of giving you one of the hardest subs to read, I gave you one of the best dubs to watch.
Yes,
so there,
you did. It was really
Baccano
good.
has, I would say, maybe a top 5 anime dub, top 10 at least, maybe better.
It's definitely in the top 10.
For sure, yeah. And basically, well, there's no basic about it because it has a kind of a straightforward story, but they tell it in this intertwined, flip-flopping fashion, kind of like Concrete Revolution, but a lot better than that. Because Concrete Revolution had like this exact month, blah blah blah, but Baccano is just 1930, 1931, and then 1711, and those are really the 3 years you need to know for the show. So in 1711, there's a group of alchemists discover an elixir of immortality. They all drink it, and now there's this guy, Salazar, I think his name is, the old man. He's like this evil guy.
Yeah.
He wants
old
to
bitch.
attain all the knowledge, and so the thing about the immortality is they can't die, but they can devour each other by placing their right hand on their face and like absorbing them.
And that's
And that's
how
what
they
he's
die.
trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to do to all the other immortals.
And you'll
So, like,
you'll also, if you devour them, you can also obtain their knowledge.
Yeah, and it's like super powerful. So they get this elixir of immortality, and he doesn't have all the knowledge to make it. Only one of the other guys does. God, there's so many names in the show. I think it's Maiza is the one who gets it. Yeah, I think he is. He gets it
He's
from
one of the
his
people
brother.
who gets in like early on.
He
Yeah.
gets the knowledge for it. So Salazar is chasing Maiza essentially. So they all scatter and separate, and then in 1930 is when the main story starts. And by the way, none of this is like told in like chronological order in the show, because they don't do the 1711 episode until like I think episode 4 or 5
It's
or
like
something.
episode 6.
You're right. It's in
like
the
6
middle
or
of the
7.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The start of the show is actually the end of it chronologically.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the guys reading a newspaper asking questions, and this is the type of show that, like we talked about earlier, you have to binge watch it because there's so many details and so many things you need to know like right away.
That's
makes
kind of
more
one of the
sense.
reasons why I was almost kind of happy that I procrastinated watching it, because I was able to I was like, I had to rush through this.
Yeah,
But it was kind of a curse and a blessing, because it was like, okay, I'm putting everything together.
yeah.
but yeah,
I'm taking
go ahead.
kind of a long time in the summary, but the long and short of it is like there's these two mafia groups that are on the train, the Flying Pussyfoot, and they both have different motives. And then there's also there's a couple, there's like a rail tracer. There's a couple of like psychotic guys on the train too. There's Lad Russo, who's part of one of the mafias.
gangs. There's two gangs on.
Yeah, there's the two gangs, and then he's in one of them, but he's actually just a psycho. He's like a wild dog. And then there's the rail tracer, he was one of the conductors, and he's also like a wild card. And then there's a third wild card who's like this assassin girl who's meant to save one of the senator's daughters. So you have like that. And actually there's another one because the Jacuzzi Splot and his gang are like bootleggers.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of these groups are on the train, and it's like they're all clashing and bouncing off each other, and like this chaos ensues, and it's super fun. And like they bounce back and forth between 1930, that's before the train, and then 1931 is when they're on the train. And then that's basically the idea that's the summary of it. We can get into a little more detail, but
Boy, that was a long summary, Nick.
yeah, sorry.
But yeah, there's the Gianard family, then there's the Runarada family, the Gandor family. Anyway, yeah, no, like
Oh,
Nick
and
said,
Isaac
it's
and
totally-
Miria, they're the other wild card.
They're the other wild cards. Yeah.
There's so many
The-
things.
So Danny,
Yes.
since Nick traded it to you, what did you think?
Okay, so I did a boo-boo by not binging it. So
Oh, she did a boo-boo.
yeah, I did a boo-boo. I did a big boo-boo. 'Cause like, in a way, I shouldn't have watched this show while I was like in the process of, doing other things that is not anime related. So,
To be fair, you were in Florida visiting.
yeah.
Fam, so-
Last week I was in Florida, so that kind of what I did was, while I was in Florida every night, I did watch an episode, so it kind of wasn't too bad. But at the same time, it's not that I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. It's just that it was slightly confusing because of the whole, like, they didn't the flow of the show didn't really go how it was told. They did it in Quran.
Yeah, it's like a non-traditional. They just bounced around the time.
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah. So I was
There's
slightly,
a word for it. I forgot it though.
Yeah, I was slightly confused. So, but what really kept me going on watching the show was, the funky, classy music. The OP for this show is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, the OP actually helps
not-
with the plot too.
Yeah, I
It
did
introduces
not.
all the characters and stuff.
I didn't throughout the whole entire time I was watching it. I did not skip the OP. And the same thing with Princess Jellyfish. Princess Jellyfish has a.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that one.
Yeah.
I really liked the Jellyfish opening and ending songs. Those are really good.
They're both amazing.
In fact, those are my favorite parts of the show. That's all it has to offer to me anymore.
Well, the opening,
just kidding.
has like little segments of pop culture in it.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah. It has,
Star
like, Star Wars and all
Wars,
that.
Singing in the Rain. There's a couple other ones I forgot. But they're really cute. And the ending for Princess Jellyfish is really awesome as well. With little Zucchini, and she's like doing hopscotch around and everything, and she meets like Kuranosuke, and then all of a sudden Kuranosuke goes on and does some hopscotch with her and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah. So I enjoyed that, especially with the soundtrack. The soundtrack it reminded me of Cowboy Bebop with the saxophone and like kind of like the little jazzy segments.
That's some harmonica.
It really gave you that New York feeling, which
Yeah, like the noir speakeasy 1930s gangster flick or whatever.
yeah. So
Prohibition era.
yeah. And it also kind of made me miss New York and everything because I'm from that area. So, but what else? What did I put in my notes? Oh, the last
What
episode.
did you put in your notes, Danny?
The last episode was kind of a little bit of a letdown. Just how they, I guess how they ended it. With the what's the killer? I forgot his name. The railroad
The rail
tracer.
tracer?
Yeah, the rail
Yeah,
tracer.
the rail tracer.
Claire or Vino.
Yeah. He told that mute woman assassin.
Chane.
Yeah. To like find her in New York and blah blah blah, and it's all like, okay, well, what happened with that? So
That's another case of you got to read in the source
thing-
material because they didn't
Yeah,
cover
the
the
thing
show.
is that the light novels are still going.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Unlike Jellyfish, Baccano does end like this arc, so
It does.
it ends its arc.
Yeah, and I'm actually watching the OVAs as we speak. Well, not
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
gonna watch those too. I'm gonna finish
So-
those over the next couple of days.
But but the OVAs definitely give you an enlighten on what happens in the aftermath, like on the aftermath on what happens after the Flying Pussyfoot incidents and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of explains the other characters that didn't really have enough camera time in the original 13, like Niece didn't really get her own quote unquote episode in a way. So
that's kind of what I liked about Baccano. It's not, they don't just have a character episode for every character. They're not like going down the line.
yeah.
Every episode has like 5 cuts to different scenes with like all these different characters. And like I really liked how they cut between it. They do like smash cuts or whatever, or the one where you turn one object into another, kind of, or like the sound turns into the train, like a sound of a gun turns into a train or something
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Like
It's
when
really,
when
really
they go
well edited.
when they go into like a flashback of say like I forgot the little girl's name who was looking for Dallas. Her brother. Yeah.
Eve Genoward.
Yeah, when
Yeah, Eve.
Eve was trying to look for Dallas and everything, and then it goes into a segment of like a group of men shooting Dallas, and then it automatically goes into the train, like it's like woo,
Yeah, no,
howling or
that's
something like that.
so well edited.
So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I do have to say that it's the show is definitely an art form. So it's definitely a piece of it is a piece of art, all on its own.
Yeah, it's a
So-
ride. That's how I liked. It's kind of like a Steven Soderbergh movie, like Ocean's 11 a little bit, where it's just like you're just kind of on a roller coaster the whole time. You're like, yeah, just like throw your hands up,
Mhm.
like what's happening? You're in like the Willy Wonka tunnel, like that's.
Give me some chocolate.
We're gonna keep rowing and rowing.
Yeah. So this is the first time I saw it, and damn, this show is fucking sick, dude.
It's yeah.
I really hope
so-
you guys give it a higher score than Jellyfish, or I'll be salty.
It's
Okay,
excuse
keep
me.
in mind your score is just like a rank. Like the number doesn't. Whatever. It's only a score. I don't care. You can give it a 1. Whatever.
No, but the thing
It
is
was terrible.
like, the thing. I'll just say what I think of it, and then whatever. But the reason I love the way it's told, out of order, it kind of reminds me of how Quentin Tarantino did Pulp Fiction. If you've ever seen.
Oh
Pulp
yeah,
Fiction.
yeah. This is often compared to Pulp Fiction because it has
Yeah,
violence
or
and
if you've
comedy.
seen- Or if you've seen Kill Bill, the first movie's done like that too. And there's parts of the second one.
I think Pulp Fiction is the
But-
best comparison because there's flash
Pulp
forward,
Fiction's-
flashbacks.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is you put it together at the end. But the reason why I love how they did it with this one is because when dealing with so many characters that intertwine with each other, given the fact that some of them have been alive for 200 plus years, and a lot of it takes place on this train, the Pussyfoot,
The Flying Pussyfoot.
the Flying Pussyfoot.
It's a transcontinental train.
Yeah, it goes across the country, and it goes across America, I should say. So that's another reason why I watched it in the dub, because I thought that made more sense to me. But the dub is really good anyway. But the reason why I thought it was so great is because it almost the way they told it out of order on purpose to kind of make you, the viewer, go through like a murder mystery and a
like
noir
who done it
suspense
kind of
film.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. But even so, the whole show blends 3 different kinds of like old world film, old American kinds of genres together, which is noir mob films, comedic Western films, and murder mystery films. A lot of them taking places on a train. So, which is, I thought was super, 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 super sick. And kind of like what Nick said, like they didn't need to kind of build on every character because some of them were there to build up the characters that they did focus on. And I just really loved that. I don't know. It was just really cool the way everything kind of unfolded and went down. And I'm sitting here kind of going like, wait a second, like when they got to the conductor's car, and I was like, wait, that guy looks like he got shot and that dude's missing an arm.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I didn't realize what happened.
Yeah, it's like what happened? I don't know what happened.
Right. Because I was like, wait, how did somebody else did this, right? And then it was just like just really cool. Kind of, and I remembered every character. Like I remembered, there was no issue with me remembering.
Dude, I think it's because
most
the
of their names.
voice actors are so
Yeah,
good.
and the voice actors,
and
the voice actors
distinct.
were very good.
Like Ed Blaylock, who was the conductor, he was in for one episode, but like he did the general in he did Bradley King in Full Metal Alchemist. So it's like, oh, like you instantly recognize that voice, you know? And like every character does that, because like John Michael Tatum, who is Okabe, and Lawrence in Spice and Wolf, like he was Isaac, you know. And then you have Caitlin Glass, Miri. It's like all these super talented voice actors like cast perfectly in the right roles. It's not just about the talent; it's about being the right character.
Mm-hmm. I was really happy that Jerry Jewell was in this, because he's my favorite voice actor. So
who did he play again?
He played the killer.
Oh,
The Rail Tracer,
Claire Stanfield.
Yeah.
Vino.
Yeah, Vino. Mm-hmm.
Vino Rosso,
Yep.
which is a type of Italian wine.
Oh, you mean Lad Russo? Lad Russo.
No.
No, the Rail Tracer.
The Rail
Oh,
Tracer.
that's Claire Stanfield, though, isn't it?
Yes, that's Vino.
Oh, you guys are saying his other name. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 He
And I
has
was
two
saying
names.
Vino Rosso, which is a type of Italian wine. Anyway,
Well, he's listed as Claire Stanfield on my enemy list, so excuse me, Sam.
Well, because
then
that was his then name. He said
Yeah,
he
Nick.
says
I know.
that in the show.
everyone yell at Nick.
Let me look up Char Aznavour. He has the best nicknames.
I want to marry Char Aznavour. Anyway, man, this fucking show though.
Char,
This fucking show is sick.
Casvel Rem Dukun, Edouard Mas, Quattro Bagina, The Red Comet, Aznavour.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's my favorite. All right, sorry.
Anyway, no, like I think the way it presented itself was really good. I honestly tried really hard to like be like, okay, what are my complaints though? Because I don't think I can give it a 10 out of 10. But I can say that I could probably give it like an 8.5 or a 9. I think there are just some parts that are like there's too much talking. But then when you think about that, it kind of like that needs to happen given how they're doing things.
It gets
So,
better
like-
on rewatch. Trust me. Like this is the second time
Yeah.
watching it. I enjoyed it more than the first time. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. I also love the art style, and I also love the character design. I love Chane's design, and I love Firo.
Oh yeah, the
Firo's.
Firo. He's joining one of the mafia gangs. I forget
Yeah,
the
yep.
names of each gang, but
He's joining the Martillo
yeah,
family.
there's them, the Gandors,
And,
the Russos. Yeah,
And the Gandors are they're homies, so they're cool. But yeah, Firo Prachinezo is his name, and he's even got like a Brooklyn accent, which is kind of like fucking cool. Todd Habercorn did a good job doing that, I think. And I think like I don't know, I thought it was a very fucking cool show. It's another one of those things like where it was in my plan to watch in the back of my mind because Nick had said it to me a long time ago, you know. And when I finally watched it, I was like, okay, shit. Like what have I been doing?
I told you
And
I
the
had good taste,
soundtrack-
Sam.
And the soundtrack, you know, is really good. Like Danny was saying earlier, you know, it's got a lot of that big band kind of thing from the 20s and the 30s and all that stuff, since most of it takes place in the 30s. And the opening was really fucking cool too. Like great, it was
Great.
greatly animated, and they do a quick recap always at the same part of the opening animation.
Yep.
So right at the end of the recap, there's an explosion from one of
Oh, Nisei's
I forgot her name.
grades.
Niece. Yeah.
Nice, yeah, one of her bombs, and Jacuzzi is like pulling her away. They're running away.
I have to say,
and-
I have to say, aside from Isaac and Miria, I love Jacuzzi and Niece. They're
for
my
sure.
Oh,
favorite.
you're
That's
one
what I
of
was
the
gonna say
few who
next.
likes Jacuzzi. I know a lot of people get annoyed by him.
I kind
I
of
like
No,
it too.
dude, because he was awesome. Like at the end, he's like, time to soldier. Like I'm just gonna fucking
Yeah.
wreck this guy right now.
So like I was telling you guys before the cast. Sorry to interrupt, Danny. I just gotta say this really
It's
quick.
fine.
But like, there's the Isaac and Miriam scene where they were talking to Jacuzzi about how they're gonna confront the rail tracer, and he's like, "We'll use our guns," and they're like, "But Isaac, you don't have any guns," and he's like, then everybody knows the only gun that matters is the gun in your heart. And then at the end of the show, Jacuzzi's diving at one of the mafia guys in the black suit, and the guy's like, but you're unarmed diving at me. And he's like, I have a gun in my heart.
Yeah.
He's like using the power of friendship to, like, not really, but, you know.
Yeah, no, those
him.
black suit guys,
So,
they
like,
were just like a fucking political radical group. They were just
they were trying to kidnap the senator's daughter and wife. But, like,
yeah.
But it's little details like that you notice on a rewatch, and like there's so many of them in the show. It's crazy.
I didn't notice that until Nick pointed out before we started recording. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. I love this show. I recommend both these shows to bitches. And by bitches, I mean the people who listen to this podcast. And by bitches, I mean everyone on our Discord. You're all bitches. And you should watch these shows if you haven't seen them already.
I really want, like...
What did Danny think of? What was your final score for
My
Baccano?
final
or
score?
ranking or whatever grade you want to do?
I mean, I gave it an 8.
B+.
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
The same as a jellyfish.
Yep.
The same
Oh
as
my
a jellyfish.
God,
Same as
Danny.
jellyfish.
They are the same studio, so it makes sense.
same studio, same director.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Same century.
again, you know, I definitely would want to watch this again, and maybe at a time where I actually don't have a lot of chaos going on in outside, like in my actual life, so so that I can actually enjoy it and actually kind of understand on what is going on. I'm pretty sure that if they just combined all of the events that were going on, like for each episode, into a movie, then I would be able to pay attention. Like Pulp Fiction. You know, I can watch Pulp Fiction like any time of the day and I'll still enjoy it. So, and
Tell that bitch be cool.
not only that, but I love Quentin Tarantino movies anyway. So
Yeah, I just finished watching Kill Bill Volume 1. I love that fucking movie. And I'm going to watch Volume 2 soon, and fucking Pai Mei. I love Pai Mei. Love that shit. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it reminded me of. Yeah.
The one thing that I do kind of have to nitpick is that there really wasn't enough character time for some of the main characters, quote unquote main characters, that I felt should have gotten more camera time, especially with some of the people that were introduced, you know, with all their names in the opening and stuff. So, because that's kind of, I was kind of worried about that, especially when I first saw the opening and I saw all these characters in the opening. I'm like, holy shit, you know, there's a lot of fucking characters in this film. Not film, in this show. You know, and I was actually worried that I wasn't going to be able to keep up with the pace of the show. So, and
it's a blistering pace, the whole show.
Yeah, it's definitely a show that you need to binge without a doubt, or else you'll have no idea what is going on. So
yeah, I gave it I think I gave it, well, I originally, like the first time I watched it, had it at a 7 because I was being a snob. But this was like 3 years ago, and then then today I bumped it up to an 8, and I might even bump it up to a 9. So I really love Baccano, so it's in my top 20 for sure.
yeah, no, I can't argue with that. You know, there's really, I want to argue about it, but at the same time, I have nothing to argue about because I enjoyed the show.
Yeah. So I think this was a pretty damn good, pretty successful show swap.
Who's
especially
going
since we haven't-
next? Or are we just gonna...
Especially, I don't know.
Sam,
Maybe since
Sam
Danny
and
gave
somebody.
you one.
Sam and either me
Maybe
or
since
Danny.
Danny did one with you, maybe me and her should do a trade.
Yeah, let's do
That
that.
would be okay.
We would do that.
Yeah,
That'll
we
be
can.
down the road.
We can talk about that later on. So yeah, next show swap is your favorite femtakus, me and Danny, the Hoot Nanny.
Danny.
So please watch these shows, okay? Just in case we spoiled anything. Spoiler beforehand. There
Disclaimer.
you go. Disclaimer now. After you already listened to
there's
everything.
there's like not that much to spoil, honestly, because like Baccano kind of spoils its ending at the first episode.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not really
and Danny
important,
didn't really.
You know, the
Danny
exact.
didn't really spoil anything with Princess Jellyfish.
Yeah,
either.
and Jellyfish, like Jellyfish, only adapted part of the story, so it's like you can't even.
Right.
Yeah, it's
You know.
like
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's-
a third of what actually happens
Yeah.
in the story.
Right.
So
So that's pretty good. So we recommend that you guys watch it. Princess Jellyfish and Baccano.
Baccano.
Both directed
More
by
like Bacca, yes.
freaking- More like.
The only thing
I saw
wanted
you
to say-
type that yesterday. I laughed so damn hard. This is the fucking funniest shit. Both directed by Takahiro Omori, both by Studio Brain Space. Pretty good. Please go watch them both. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. That's good show swap. I was afraid that I was not going to be able to finish, but we did.
We
And it was awesome.
accomplished it. Woo,
Accomplished.
woo.
So, thank you for listening. We'll be back next week as always. And if you want to see or hear whatever more show swaps, let us know. I think me and Danny are gonna go next, and if you like them, we're gonna keep doing them. And I think they're really fun. I think it's a good way to get us to kind of watch other stuff, but it definitely gets me watching stuff. That's for sure, whether I'm in part of the swap or not. And yeah, sub, like, hit the bell at the top of the YouTube so you get notifications to your fucking mobile devices of when we upload new episodes every Saturday. And I have been Sam. She has been Danny. He has been No Tier Nick, Too Slick Nick, Thick Nick,
Thick.
Tiny Rick Nick.
I
Tiny
will
Rick
get
Nick.
Nick
Pickle
to
Nick.
cry. I will get Nick to cry.
You're just gonna
Yeah,
punch me in the
yeah.
face.
And we have
That
been
would
the
do it.
Anime Summit Podcast.
I cry so that in a hard situation, all my tears are dried up.
Yeah.
And then I punch
like
you in the face
jacuzzi.
again.
Yeah. I have a pre-cry like jacuzzi, so.
Oh
yeah.
God. Anyway. Bye, y'all.